What's going on, guys? We are here for a trade breakdown. Took longs on the NASDAQ, made roughly shy of like $8,000 across my 20 Apex accounts. Now, without further ado, let's hop right into it and load up a sugar and pop into the charts. This was a super simple, easy continuation play on the NASDAQ, and this was when we actually had Trump speaking today. So let me replay price and actually just pull up into a daily time frame for y'all, and we get a better picture as to what we were kind of looking at. Remove all these drawings here, and boom. So what was price most likely looking to gravitate to, or at least like how much were we anticipating price to gravitate to this week for the new week opening gap? Like literally everyone and their mother was waiting on this new week opening gap to get traded into, and we finally got it today with the volatility thanks to Trump talking about tariffs and all the other bullshit that he does talk about. So we reached this objective point. This was an SMT divergence between these lows here, this lower low on the NASDAQ, lower low on the S&P 500, and we have the corresponding low, higher low on the Dow Jones. So that was the SMT that kind of gave us that push higher for us to finally reach into that new week opening gap. Now let's go down to an hourly time frame and look closer as to what was going on here and how we actually got to that new week opening gap. So replay price before we have that crazy green bean candle. So moving into the day, like what is price looking at, or like how are we looking right now in regards to like price action for Wednesday's day? Like all we kind of have as the start of Monday being Martin Luther King Day, Tuesday, more so sloppy like staircase action, right? Nothing kind of crazy displacement, creating fair value gaps. We had a lack of like energy in the beginning of the week, which is priming for Wednesday with the high impact news for a midweek reversal. And if we look very closely, this is a super small SMT divergence that I did pick up and note. So we have this run of these relative equal lows resting here on NQ. And if you look very closely between the 7 a.m. and the 8 a.m. candle, there is actually a cracking correlation between NQ here and the Dow Jones resting right here. There's a super small cracking correlation, so it's there, which obviously doesn't allow price to give us the jump just from these two candles, but it gives us like a little sentiment and maybe like idea that price could reverse at that point, right? So the draw for the day was new week opening gap, or these resting highs, or the relative equal highs. Any sort of buy side liquidity that we had left behind was vulnerable because all of this is failure swings. There's no cracking correlation at any of these highs. So next hourly candle does this super energetic displacement on that hourly candle, including equities open. Now, what I did was I was watching on the 15-minute time frame. So let's go down to the 15-minute chart, make this bigger just so we're looking at NQ here. And I'm going to replay price. I'm going to bring back before equities open at 9:15. So here's the run of our short-term lows, our relative equal lows here. This is our SMT divergence between the hourly candles that I showed you guys before. So this is an SMT in itself. Now, this is our sell side liquidity purge resting here. And this is our resting buy side liquidity as a potential daily objective point for the new week opening gap draw. Now, what does this look like on the charts right here? This just looks like the start and the formation of a potential market maker buy model. We have the original consolidation highs above. We have a smart money reversal occurring resting here. And we have the potential for a low risk buy coming into play. But where would the low risk buy come into play? There's a 15-minute bullish fair value gap resting right here, aligned with a 15-minute bullish breaker. This up close candle here, you see that? This is the last down close move before price has a V shape with displacement leaving behind a fair value gap after. So when I was live trading with my Discord, I was like, all right, guys, I'm waiting for price to trade into this fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame and then frame a trade out of it to then target any of these resting highs above and potentially the new week opening gap. So next 15-minute candle, we have, boom, tag right here. But we don't know if this is a valid key level or not. How do we figure out if it's a valid key level or not? We need SMT divergence to occur at or inside of the tag of that fair value gap. All right, so what is the difference now between NQ, ES, and YM? There is NQ tagging the gap, lower low, while the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones are failing to tag that same corresponding gap. So there is your Kraken correlation between the three assets. Lower low on the NASDAQ, higher low on S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, right? So that's our step 1 and our step 2 of the forever model. All we need to do now is monitor the reaction of what is happening when this SMT is being created. So I went down to a 3-minute time frame. All right? Watching price and the reaction inside of that gap in price. Our time is aligning. Now we're getting structure aligning with price and liquidity. So in this little reaction point, I don't really have any good read from this point. I'm on the 3-minute time frame. I didn't want to trade the 1 minute, so I went and I resorted to the 3. What do we have? We have this little 3-minute bearish fair value gap here, right? 3-minute bearish fair value gap. Now, what I said to my Discord live, I was like, all right, cool, guys. We have a little PD array right here that's also in alignment with a breaker and an order block as well. We had a 3-minute bullish order block resting here because it ran the short-term low and we closed above it. That's step number 1. But I wanted a little bit more confirmation because I wanted price to come up above, close out that M3 bearish fair value gap, create an inversion, and then long to target any buy-side liquidity above us. That was my process and what I wanted to do. So this was exactly how I operated with the trade breakdown. My stop loss went at the low that if we ran below that, it would be a deeper dig. Most likely, these lows would be vulnerable after that if I got stopped out. So my stop loss was covered by an SMT, and I put very strong emphasis on this part. Your stop loss should have an SMT divergence because that would invalidate your trade idea and your bias overall. So my simple target was a 1 to 2 risk to reward, just like this. If price closed off that M3 bearish fair value gap, created the inversion, boom, I'm long. Next 3-minute candle does this, close it off, ready to go. Now I am having my finger on the trigger. Price should tag me in and I should be good to go. Next 3-minute candle, boom, tags me in. So we're locked in there, and then price has a smooth run all the way to our take profits, and then eventually reaching that new week opening gap just like that. This trade was a bang of almost 200 points on the NASDAQ. Absolutely beautiful. I hope you guys all banked on this trade. I hope you guys understand it. Super simplistic process, and just like always, the forever model just continues to deliver with these simple, easy steps. If you like this video, if you learned something, then like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want more continuous trade breakdowns from this super simple, easy process. Be safe, y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.